What's up YouTube? Welcome to another episode on the Infact Plays Games channel. My name is Maic Orlofski and every Tuesday we are going to talk about consoles, okay? So today I wanted to talk to you about the PS4 and the free games that are available for Plus members. If you're not a Plus member, because for example you are more like into single player games and you don't need a Plus membership for that, it is definitely something you should think about, because the games sometimes they're pretty awesome and you're gonna save a lot of money, okay? Because the games this month are worth over 100 euros. So let's jump right into the video and take a closer look at those games. First on the list is Drive Club. Well, it's not actually Drive Club, it is the Drive Club PS Plus edition, which is not only free for Plus members in this month, but forever and for everyone. It has quite a history though. The Plus edition was initially announced on last year's E3 and planned to be available in October 2014. However, Evolution Studios delayed the release because of server problems. So finally, 8 months later, the game released on June 25th. It's been a long time since I've last played a racing game, so I was rather surprised by how good they look nowadays. I think the graphics are nice and the details are charming. Although some might say that it looks a bit sterile, I think the surroundings look beautiful. The free Plus version is missing a few maps and cars, but if you like what you are playing, you can always update to full version for €24.99. In my opinion, a bit much. The game is quite old now and you might find it cheaper somewhere in your local stores. Drive Club is a realistic racing game which gives you minus points for collisions or aggressive driving. It has different game modes such as drifting or racing against the clock. No surprises in that case, I think. Considering the game was delayed because of server problems, it was very surprising that the game still has no available multiplayer mode. Nevertheless, if you ever enjoyed a racing game, you should give it a try. If you don't like it, delete it. I personally enjoyed my first races. Next game, which is only available for free in this month, is Mousecraft. This game was developed by Crunching Koalas and released on July 8, 2014. In my first impression, it reminded me of my old Super Nintendo game Lemmings. Mousecraft is an A to B puzzle game in which players have to help mice to get to the cheese. The game is divided into 80 levels. If you enjoy puzzle games, this one is definitely a game to look out for. And since it is free, it's worth a shot. Moving on. Geometry Wars 3. This is a game I always enjoy to play. It is a twin-stick shooter developed by Lucid Games. Released in November 2014 for PS4, PS Vita owners are now finally able to play it on their Vita since its release on July 7th. The Vita version is actually the exact same game as on PS4 and the Xbox One. This award-winning franchise game includes different game modes such as Adventure, Ultimate, Classic and Multiplayer. The maps go from two-dimensional flat to three-dimensional shapes. The enemies are a variation of geometrical forms with different movement abilities. Some of them are fast, some of them are slow, some have certain sweet spots and so on. This is definitely a game I'd recommend to anyone who doesn't have it. Usually it costs €14.99, but for this month it is free for every Vita owner, so if you haven't downloaded it yet, hurry up. Next on the list is Entwined. It's a game about a bird and a fish that are in love but can't be together. And I have to say, it is beautiful. The game was announced at Sony's E3 media briefing on June 9, 2014 and was released on the exact same day. As the player, you are tasked to guide the two souls simultaneously, one with each analog stick. The left stick controls the fish, the right stick controls the bird. The levels are challenging your precision and capability of moving the sticks individually. Highlighted panels are coming towards you and you need both the bird and the fish to be in line with the panels as they pass by. It might sound boring to you, but it keeps getting trickier and more challenging. Once your meter is complete, the two souls become a dragon that glides around an open area. I personally like artistic approach games. And I think Entwined is a beautifully pictured idea with a nice message to share. Moving on. Developer Cyanide and publisher Focus Home Interactive released Styx in October 2014. Styx is a goblin who wants to steal the heart of a world tree, which is inside the huge tower of Akinash. As the first of all goblins, Styx is the master of stealth. You as the player have to remain hidden in order to survive, because the game is pretty unforgiving if you get caught. During the game, you can unlock different abilities such as amber vision to detect hidden areas, making yourself invisible or even cloning yourself through magical means. The more careful and quiet you are, the more rewards you earn at the end of each level. The game is nothing for impatient, action-loving players. It looks pretty good, and in my opinion absolutely worth downloading while it is free. But I might be hesitating if I had to pay for it, because it actually costs $29.99 and I'm not much of a Dark Ages fan. Next game is Rain. To be honest with you guys, I didn't have actually the time to play it, and I don't have a capture card neither, so I couldn't even give you any gameplay on that. If you have a PS3, if you're a Plus member, you should definitely give it a try, because the trailer, in my opinion, it looks good, it looks cool, it looks interesting, so you should just give it a try, and I might be talking about it later. Last but not least, we have Rocket League. I personally love this game, because it just happens to be pure fun. You are basically playing soccer with cars. This sequel to 2008's supersonic acrobatic rocket-powered battle cars was developed and published by Psyonix and released on July 7, 2015 for Windows and PS4. It includes single and multiplayer modes which can be played both local and online. Also worth mentioning is that it includes cross-platform play, which means that you can have both PC player and PS4 play in one game, which I think is awesome and should definitely happen more often. You can perform jumps, double jumps, spins, backflips, front flips, barrel rolls, everything in order to get the ball into the right direction. The thrilling action at high speed keeps every match exciting, no matter if you're playing 1 vs 1, 2 vs 2, 3 vs 3 or 4 vs 4. 4 vs 4, by the way, is called the Chaos Mode. What you play is what you get. The only things you unlock are cosmetics such as cars, flags, wheels or even hats for your racer. These things will have no impact on the gameplay. I wish they had added a few more maps with slight differences, but hell, this game is super fun. On the PS Store, it actually costs $19.99, so if you don't have it, go hurry up and download it now, because it is free for this month. So that's it so far for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. A little trick I can tell you about those games, if you don't have the time, for example, to play them right now, it's always possible to download the games, delete them again and re-download it, because the games will be considered as bought. You don't have to pay if you download them then next month. If you don't download them at the time they are free, you're gonna pay for it next month. Okay, so it's definitely something you should look out for. If you like what we do, just keep an eye on our channel, subscribe, hit the like button and comment down below if you want to. We would be very happy about that. That's it for today. I'm just gonna say goodbye and see you next time.